Hi guys, Angela here, and we're starting to do experimenting with perspective, and I developed a game called Observe the Word. So I made 80 words and their descriptions, a prompt, an insight, and then an experiment to do. And today, before I left to come out here, I pulled the word presence. And, I thought that was so fitting because I have been having a hell of a time staying present. And normally I don't have troubles. But 4 days ago, I decided to quit tobacco. And I kind of slowly was weaning myself off of the little tobacco pouches, the Zen pouches. And I love those. I love them so much. But it was just time. It was time to let it go. Anyway, it's been like, I can tell it's been so hard for me, like, not to think about jumping in the car, running down to the store and just getting one more so I can wean myself off more. And honestly, guys, like, the stronghold of tobacco, I was introduced to chewing tobacco when I was in the 2nd grade on my grandfather's ranch. And when my brother and I would go out and help feed all the animals and take the garbage to the burn barrel, all that, my uncles would say, "Hey, do you want a pinch?" And it got to be a habit. Anyway, so ever since then, I've had some form of addiction to tobacco. So it's hard. Anyway, so I'm trying to stay present. Well, I'm going to walk out here. And so walking out here helps. Being in the woods, smelling everything out here. But I brought the card with me. I wrote down all the prompts instead of bringing my computer. And so I'll read them off for you. So presence. So the definition that I chose that I really liked was a position within view. And the prompt for all of us, so when you think of presence, the prompt, how often do you practice being in the present moment? And like I was saying, usually it's easier for me when I'm not struggling with quitting an addiction. But it is certainly amplified, like a lot of the things that irritate me. So, and the insight for presence on the card here is being present-minded is the pinnacle of having clarity and peace. Sorting through the piles of distraction in our modern day life can make it extremely difficult to be present. Being observant of what is happening all around us without the need to control or judge is a skill honed by continuous practice. Sorting through the heavy fog of the media outlets pushing a negative narrative, or getting zapped by our phones every 5 seconds undoubtedly keeps us distracted from presence. And the experiment I wrote for presence is one that I've done myself, and it works. So experiment with being still and breathing for 2 minutes randomly throughout the day. Try setting a timer every hour or so at first to get used to paying attention to where you are. Ask that question as a catchphrase. Where am I? Am I present? Or am I thinking about the past? Ruminating, regretting? Or am I worrying about the future? So just take a moment and feel where you're at. Feel the breath. Hear the sounds. Feel where you're sitting. Smell the room you're in, or if you're outside, even better. Even touching something tangible. Like when you're outside, feeling nature and all the sensations it has for us. Or even being inside, I've noticed it helps me become more present when I'm touching something. So the tactileness, like of a soft blanket that I love. I don't know, that helps me be in the present. There's all these little tricks that I've found, and I'm sure you can find a few of your own. And the more we practice, the easier it will be. And the more at peace we'll be, with or without distractions like tobacco. Oh dear. I'll get through it though. And so I look forward to the next Observe the Word, whichever one that I choose. I'll be surprised, and it'll, I'm sure, be fitting. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday, wherever you're at in the world.